Here we have a 2010 on a 10 registration Volvo B9R Plaxton Elite 49 seat PSVR compliant executive coach. So we are just a stone's throw from Manchester Airport at Selwyn Sharston Depot, looking at this, one of a pair of identical B9 Plaxton Elites. Now, most people will know that Selwyn's is a predominant National Express operator, which means these being one owner vehicles from new will have started life on the network. However, they have been off it for a considerable number of years now and do predominantly airside work for Manchester Airport, which involves, in a lot of cases, running aircrew from the airport to an hotel in town, so they don't work that hard these days. This one, well, I've had a look around the other one, but the other one's not been washed. This one, they're both much of a muchness, really. Quite straight on the bodywork. You know, as you can see, not really much to worry about there. We've got alloy wheels fitted. Under the bonnet, Euro 5, 9 litre, 380 brake horsepower Volvo engine. That is driven through Volvo's 12-speed I-shift automated gearbox. Reverse cameras also fitted. Back down the near side again. Bodywork's good. Power operated lockers to the near side, with totally uninterrupted luggage space. Now, I know they're 15 years old, so a lot will depend on length of contracts or age limits with your local authority. But you know, if you don't really have an age limit, or if you're on 20 years, great vehicles these for 70-seaters. And I'll tell you why. They tick the PSVR box, obviously, which, whether you like it or not, is coming to home to school transport. I'm not sure in what form, but it will happen. But absolutely huge luggage space, so you can do your residentials over like your modern offerings, like your Leopard, your i4s, your, well, not so much these days, Sunsun SB3s, Moby Peoples, all low height vehicles. They don't have great luggage. These do, especially with the lift being in the step. So that's something to bear in mind. And over a similar age Levante, far better build quality. They're a Plaxton, stainless steel framed, so realistically they're just going to last, aren't they? And over LED destination displays are fitted to front, side and rear. We've got a nice wide entrance door, and in that you have got this front step mounted wheelchair lift. And then as we jump on board, 49 Faenza Gala reclining seats. Exactly the same as in a Levante. When National Express sort of allowed operators the Plaxton option over the Levante, whether that was down to a lot of operators feeling negative towards that product, or maybe lead time for building was quite long, so they needed another option, I don't know, but they tried to make the interiors as similar, so use the same seats. Plaxton's used them anyway. 3-point seat belts are fitted. Full leather trim a la National Express. Only negative really, that window has blown. Okay. You've got a rear floor mounted toilet. And then trace to the seat backs, you've got 240 volt sockets at every seat. We're wired for CCTV. We've got one monitor at the front, which is a power operated drop down unit. There isn't a DVD player. The reason they have monitors in National Express vehicles is normally to give everybody a front view. It's kind of a motion sickness deterrent, if you like. Fully air conditioned. It is a Thermo King system on here. And then you've got space for one wheelchair with what they call the magic seats. Now, I've never ever in my life, because I've never been trained, worked out what you do with these, but apparently I think the cushions come out and one swivels round and something else, and it gives you wheelchair space. Okay, I'm sure you'll work it out. Also got a courier seat. You don't get that on every National Express vehicle, so that's a little bonus. Dash, in fairness, dash is all good. All the buttons are there where they should be. Nothing missing. Standard Plaxton Elite Volvo dash with just a flat bit there for a ticket machine. So if you run for a local authority that requires a ticket machine, happy days, you've somewhere to put it. You don't have to start drilling holes in the deck and making your own machine stands. Mileage, it's going to be high, isn't it? 1.75 million kilometres. Now, the other one is showing only 823,000 kilometres. I find two identical vehicles registered within a week of each other, doing the same work for the same operator, aren't going to be a million kilometres different. Now, what happens with a Volvo over a Scania? Right, on a Volvo, the tacho mileage only goes up to 999,999, and then it reverts to zero. So you'll never see the millions. The millions are recorded, when I can find it, on the dash. That one isn't recording the millions, that's it there, right? Isn't recording the millions on the dash. My suspicion is it's had a new dashboard. And when the new dashboard's gone in, whoever's fitted it has looked at the tachograph and it's matched up. Because for me, it's just not, unless that one's been parked up for half of its life, it just doesn't stack. Okay, so let's assume that's done similar mileage, even though it's not showing it. We've got to. Right. But don't let the mileage put you off, because Selwyn's being quite a big predominant National Express operator, that bit of the job has to be right. So over there, this is obviously the depot in Manchester. They've got another depot over in Runcorn in Cheshire. You've got a workshop unit that will take, probably if you squeezed them in, half a dozen vehicles. Pits, high weemers, everything you need. The nearest one with the lower roof, that is a paint shop. Right, my mate Chris, who lives up the road, is the painter here. Right, now, what that means is everything is prepared. Listen, we have two options here. Take it as it is, you know, and we'll give you a little bit of movement on the price. Or, if you want every dink, donk, bang, scratch sorting, Chris will sort them. But, obviously, you're paying the asking price. But, maintenance-wise, because of National Express standards, right, everything here has got to be right. Particularly, those ones over there. But, why only maintain half your fleet to one standard and the other half to a different standard? Everything is done the same. So no matter the mileage, mileage is a number. You can have something with a quarter of the mileage this has done, and it'll have had terrible maintenance, and it's not going to be reliable. Or you can have something that's been maintained and maintained and maintained within an inch of its life, done nearly 2 million kilometres, and be bob on. You decide. So there's nothing to say as well, and we've obviously, because we're on digital records here, we can go back. There's nothing to say that during the lives these will have had another engine, a gearbox, etc. We can go through all that if necessary. So to recap, one of a pair, 2010 on a 10 registration, Volvo B9R, Plaxton Elite, 49 seat, PSVAR compliant executive coach.